Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Centimetre Perfect, Just the Tips edition, where that man, Jesse Dart, and myself, Liam, go head-to-head in a battle of tips across the 2024 season. That's right, we're carrying it into the finals. And here we are, Jesse. Before we get into the business end of the stick, in terms of where people can find us, we need to talk about the fact that this competition is on. It's alive and well.
Is it?
It's not. Everybody, you can find us at CMPerfect_AFL on Instagram. You can find us there on YouTube as well, where you found this. Thank you very much for watching. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment as well to let us know who you're tipping this weekend. Two competitions here, Jesse. One is our tips. One is our confidence points. Now, the confidence points all be them mute. They don't speak. Moot for the remainder of this season. Please explain to people what they are in case they want to get involved with it next year.
Confidence points are our way of assessing an arbitrary score to each game of the round. In a nine-game round, we would have 1 point for our least confident team, 9 points for our most confident team to beat their opponent. Can't repeat your points, have to use every number once. Today, though, because there's only 2 games, guess what? If you could do maths in school, we've only got to do 1 point and 2 points, which makes this completely redundant. But that's okay, because I won that competition as well.
It does make it redundant, Jesse, and here is why. The tips are, at this very moment in time, as follows. Jesse got one last week, one of the finals right. He got 130. He's on 132, I should say. I got 2, putting me to 129. In the confidence points, Jesse's on 281. I am on 268. And if you do the math on that, there's only 4 potential points available. The grand final doesn't matter. There's 3 points. I don't think I can make up that 13-point difference with 3 points. Jesse, well done on winning confidence points this year. Congratulations.
Thank you. And basically having 1.5 hands.
Well, listen, I can't win. I can't win the tips. I can do a cheeky draw with you, though. So depending on how we go with our tips today, I might still be in with a cheeky chance to draw with you.
Okay.
And that would and I'm happy with that because that would bloody eat up in your insides, that would.
Well, no, I still won the regular season, so I'm still the champion either way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot last week when you made up 17 different competitions and you won all of them. So that's fine. No matter, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Dart, no matter how we spin this, if I do manage to tie this, it's not going to matter. It'll be a hollow victory for myself. But Jesse has already won 10 times over. Just ask him. What
was the word in the main podcast? Psychotically competitive?
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I'm really competitive as well. And I don't like to lose. It's not one of my favorite things to do. But, at the end of the day, if you lose, you just got to suck it up and take it on the chin. But I haven't lost yet. There's still a chance for me to draw. And I'm just going to run with that until the grand final is over. So 2 games to talk about this week. Jesse, let's get right into them. Not much to talk about. Let's rock and roll. Who's first?
Let's start with Sydney versus Port Adelaide at the SCG on Friday night. Sydney really should wipe the floor with Port. Let's not kid ourselves here. But in the pre-finals pod, I said that I thought the grand final would be Port Adelaide versus Geelong. I've got to stick by that, so I'm going with Port Adelaide with 1 confidence point because as bad as Port are at the moment, Port did beat them by almost 20 goals during the home and away season, and Sydney actually, are they that good? I don't know. I think if I could pick any team to play outside of Port in this final, in this final series, I should say, it'd be Sydney. I think the premiership's decided in the other game. These two, unless one of them absolutely thumps the other, I think the other game's the one. So yeah, Port with 1 for me, only so I can keep my pre-finals prediction for the grand final alive, although it is very much on life support, Liam. Who are you going with?
I've gone with Sydney, so it's very fortuitous you've gone with Port Adelaide. That's good. That bodes well for myself. Look, I think Sydney, when they played Port Adelaide last time, it wasn't final Sydney. Now, I'm not too sure how much final Sydney has changed from regular season Sydney, but it is different. It is different. That being said, though, Sydney is still slow starters, very much so. They only got over GWS because they finished fast, which is what they're known for, right? So Port came out very fast against the Hawks last week, but couldn't capitalize. It's only going to take Port to capitalize on a fast start, and it's going to be a very tough day for Sydney to come back from it. That said, full SCG, it's going to be a big game. Sydney with 1 for me. I'm hoping it's a great cracking final. I hope both are. Obviously, preliminary finals, you want them to be, smackers. Sure. But yeah, Sydney with 1 for me. Let's just hope it's a good game. Shall we, Jesse? All right, let's move on to the next one.
Saturday afternoon football at the MCG. Geelong versus Brisbane at the MCG. The Cats, who were so dominant in the qualifying final, versus Brisbane, who managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat at NG Stadium. Did you go first last time? It shows you where my memory's at.
Yeah, no, you did. So I'll chuck mine out there because I don't think it's going to matter. I've chosen Brisbane because I'm gonna bet that you've chosen Geelong. That's all I've got to go on at the moment. Much like last week when I was tipping teams that I didn't think were going to win, just to try and get ahead and try and get a draw from you. Same with this one. I think Geelong should handle Brisbane quite handily. But for the sake of just the tips and just so you can have if your tipping competition is still going, you can maybe sympathize with my current situation as well. Brisbane with 2 for me. Again, confidence points don't matter. Brisbane for the win for no other reason than to rub it in Jesse's face if it happens. Jesse.
Hardy, Geelong with 2. They've been the dominant side of the final series. They came into this season with momentum. Brisbane do have momentum now, to be fair. They had a strong win against Carlton and they had a brilliant win against GWS. That can help them. But I just think Geelong at the G in this finals atmosphere with the team they've got are going to be too strong.
It's hard to argue with that. God, just the tips is so much easier when there's only 2 games, isn't it, Jesse? Cracky Moses, we're done. We're done. Let's send us home.
What about when there's no games?
Well, we'll have to think of something else to do. I'm sure we can. We've got ideas. So make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, by the way, because if you're not, then you're going to miss out on this wicked content that we've got coming up. And we've spoken about it so much now. We've manifested it, Jesse, which means we have to do it.
That's true.
I'm on board with it. I'm on board.
It's in the metaverse now. Thank you for tuning in to the Centimetre Perfect AFL podcast, Just Tips Edition. Make sure you have liked, shared, subscribed, followed us on your preferred podcasting platform and on Instagram at @CMPerfect_AFL. Like Liam said at the top, good luck with your tipping competition. Good luck with your prelim finals days and nights if you're having those. And we'll see you next week for a grand final Just the Tips preview.
Bye now.